Today is Wednesday, February 9th, and today was a clean and jerk focus day. It's pretty similar in structure, I think, to my snatch days, keeping them as hang power cleans and then push jerk to avoid the asymmetry with the split. And honestly, like, given that I haven't done split jerks in so long, like, I feel like the push jerk feels. I mean, obviously, when I'm doing these push jerks, I'm not nearly at the weight that I'm like, or like the weight that's close to my max. But the movement of the push jerk is feeling like super natural, and I'm like, feels pretty good. Like, so maybe at some point when I'm back in shape, I might feel more comfortable with the push jerk or the power jerk. Yeah, push or power jerk, and I don't know. I might be better off doing that as my comp or my competition jerk, but I guess we'll just see when we get there. But here, I think we're actually being a little bit more intentional with keeping them as hang power cleans, because one thing that sort of, or I guess the thing that re-aggravated my injury. The thing that re-aggravated my injury the most recently was actually not from picking weight up off the ground. It was from front squats. So being in that bottom position and pushing out of that bottom position is, I think, what was causing some of the issues there, because with a high enough weight, I sometimes tend to allow my lower back to go into flexion, and that's obviously not a very not good position for my lower back. That's what was the cause of the injury. That's why we're being a little bit more careful with not going to full depth with the cleans. That's sort of the reasoning there, I guess. That's why on Fridays I actually do hang snatches where I go into full depth, but with the cleans I keep them as power cleans, or hang power cleans, I guess. And so I guess with these, a focus is on positioning off the ground when I pick it up to get it in the hang position. Like, despite that, I guess, not being a part of the actual lift itself, I'm really focusing on, like, I'm picking it up off the ground as if I am, like, getting ready to, like, lift it off the ground, if that makes any sense, or go into a clean off the ground. And then other than that, just focusing on, like, all the things I used to focus on, like pushing and being efficient with the legs and keeping my feet flat or keeping my feet flat for as long as possible, like, getting my elbows up. And it feels good. This is at a pretty, this is a lot heavier than where I was at the week before, 95, because I went from like 95 on Wednesday and then to 115 on Friday and then 125 here on this second week Wednesday. These are pretty solid. Another thing that I'm focusing on is the dip in the jerk, because historically in the past I've had an issue of letting my lower back curl and like my hips move forward when I go down into the dip, and that is sure to cause problems in the future when with heavier weight. I could probably get away with it at this weight, but I'm really trying to focus on not doing that. One thing that I sort of have realized is that when I do the thing where I sort of let my lower back curl and then like my hips move forward, I think I'm starting with my lower back very like way more extended than it needs to be. And so, and a little like further back than it needs to be. So when I go down, it really has no place to go other than forwards. And so one thing I've been trying to focus on is like, making sure that yes, my lower back is extended, but I start off a little bit more neutral in terms of the angle of my torso, and then trying to like get my hips back from that more neutral position when I start the dip. And I think that that's been helping a lot. Like, there are still some instances where I sort of let it happen, but I think it's getting a lot better, and I think I'm moving in the right direction. It's like thinking about that plus pushing my knees out. Pretty solid work. Although I will say after 3 reps, I was pretty exhausted after each set. I guess I got to get my cardio levels back up. But finished up with that, moved on to jerk holds, just 2 reps of 5-second holds for 3 sets, and then some accessories, and that was about it.